brothers and sisters, my friends and family, my lovers and loved. I'm gonna read more Anthony de Mello because there's no escape. There's no escape. There's no escape. There's no escape from the facts of karma and the world, and that's okay. And it's just a big, beautiful love, learning gift. And my commitment is a 10 minutes of vlogging a day, but first I'm going to finish up de Mello's work here with a song a day, plus the last couple meditations there. Sorry for the delay, my 8 waiting fans. Oh right, I've come to some deep realizations, come to some orienting generalizations that are refurbishing my paradigm, and it's important to do that. The reason I'm turning this camera on has absolutely nothing to do with anybody but my own growth process. And so I don't have to worry about you on the other side. You're not there. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for me, to build up to something. Oh, that's so beautiful. There's just not a lick of pressure. Don't care about entertaining you. Care about exploring authentically, and there's some necessity to share that feels internal, that I'm sharing my moment. That's it. There's something about the modern era and about the democratization of information that demands, that invites it invites me to explore, and my very powerful potential imagination is winning. The reason I'm getting up is I just want to show you a picture. This is my dear friend who passed away. I'm about to play the song about him. This is Dave. He was about 30. This is not going to refocus. That's okay. Am I even in focus? No. Well, he's on my wall, and I'm about 30. Well, I'm 33 now, but hey man, I miss you. I love you. There you go. Played this at his wake. See how I do. Or listen to. Lived as softly as a working man could on a sunrise vigil in a working class neighborhood. You better tend your garden, you better do your job and take care of your family. It's really beautiful. Except in manifestation. Okay, here we go. This essay is called Serpents and Doves Teach Me Something. And so be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. That's dope! You say dope things, New Testament, Matthew 10:16. Observe the wisdom that operates in doves and in flowers and trees and the whole of capital N nature. It is the same wisdom that does for us what our brain could never do. It circulates our blood, digests our food, pumps our hearts, expands our lungs, immunizes our bodies, and heals our wounds while our conscious minds are engaged in other matters, like worrying about everything. The kind of nature wisdom we are only now beginning to discover in so-called primitive peoples who, like the dove, are so simple and wise. We who consider ourselves more advanced have developed another kind of wisdom, the kindness of the brain, for we have realized that we can improve on nature and provide ourselves with safety and protection and length of life and speed and comfort unknown to primitive peoples. All of this thanks to a fully developed brain. Our challenge is to recapture the simplicity and wisdom of the dove without losing the cunningness of the serpentine brain. How can you achieve this? Through an important realization, namely, that every time you strive to improve on nature by going against it, you will damage yourself, for nature is your very being. It is as if your right hand were to fight your left hand, or your right foot were to stomp on your left foot. Both sides lose, and instead of being creative and alive, you are locked in conflict. This is the state of most people in the world. Take a look at them. Dead, uncreative, stuck because they are locked in conflict with nature, attempting to improve themselves by going against what their nature demands. In a conflict between nature and your brain, back nature. If you fight her, she will eventually destroy you. The secret, therefore, is to improve on nature in harmony with nature. How can you achieve this harmony? First, think of some change you wish to bring about in your life or in your personality. Okay. Are you attempting to force this change on your nature through effort and through desire to become something that your ego has planned? Obviously. I'm guilty. That is the serpent fighting the dove. Are you content to study, observe, understand, be aware of your present state and problems without pushing, without forcing things that your ego desires, leaving reality to effect changes according to nature's plans, not yours? Then you have the perfect blending of the serpent and the dove. Take a look at some of those problems of yours, those changes you desire in yourself, and observe your way of going about it. See how you attempt to bring about change, both in yourself and in others, through the use of punishment and reward, through discipline and control, through sermonizing and guilt, through greed and pride, ambition and vanity, rather than through loving acceptance and patience, painstaking understanding and vigilant awareness. That's loving acceptance and patience, painstaking understanding and vigilant awareness. Second, think of your body and compare it with the body of an animal that is left in its natural habitat. The animal is never overweight, never tense except before fight or flight. It never eats or drinks what is not good for it. It has all the rest and exercise it needs. It has the right amount of exposure to the elements, to wind and sun and rain and heat and cold. That is because the animal listens to its body and allows itself to be guided by the body's wisdom. Compare that with your own foolish cunningness. If your body could speak, what would it say to you? Observe the greed and ambition, the vanity, the desire to show off and to please others, the guilt that drives you to ignore the voice in your body while you chase after objects set by your ego. You have indeed lost the simplicity of the dove. It's interesting. I'm someone who tends to fight compulsions of the body. It's at least how I experience energies in here that seem to lead towards destructive directions sometimes. And so to square this circle, de Mello, for me, is confusing, and while I deeply just love and trust my body, it's not me, and yeah, it's got a lot of craving, and just like totally normative, heteronormative, it's just weird. Just the cravings are bizarre, and it's a weird balance. It's also craving for drugs and things, but that's my own making. Okay, here we go. Everybody can speak. Right. Simplicity of the dove. I've lost it. It's true. Third, ask yourself how much you are in touch with nature, with trees and earth and grass and sky and wind and rain and sun and flowers and birds and animals. How much are you exposed to nature? Well, all day mowing lawns, and sometimes real walks in the parks. But yeah, I talked a little. It was mowing lawns. It was wet grass, growing tall because we've had a lot of rain in Philly. All these interesting little black wasps zooming around. We have lovely late summer combinations of grass and clovers and crabgrass, and it's amazing how the different kinds of grass on the lawns change throughout the year. Now, I'm not going to beat myself up as a bad guy because kids play on these lawns, and cutting them makes it better for the kids to play on, and people live on their lawns. And it's not totally stupid and capricious and arbitrary to cut grass. It's nice we have some green, and there's something about keeping it a little bit under human management that I find, I think, appropriate to a neighborhood, although of course I would like to see and intend to manifest more things like gardens and whatnot. Yeah, okay, we're done. We're almost here. So, do I commune with nature? Sometimes I go into the woods to run and have a podcast on. Now this sometimes, by the way, there's like 2-3 months of me not doing any of this. I was in a different kind of existence for a little while, and that's okay. And then things shake you into new states of being again, and your ego and your sense of future knowingness just vanishes, like early COVID style. Like, what is even coming? And I'm having an experience like that, and it's a lot to be. The lights turned on. That's amazing. It's a lot to be. Learn from these rarefied and sensitive places where I drop to my knees, put my head in my hand, and cry for a little while, because that's what the body needs. Thank you for being here with me. Why? I don't know. I mean, why you're here. It's very beautiful. Silence is okay. The mood of the moment is okay. I'm not going to read the last 2 sentences of this and let you move on with your day. Okay. I am. When you're too long separated from nature, your spirit withers and dies because it has been wrenched from its roots. Ain't that the truth? I'm just going to summarize these last 3 questions. Okay, so I want to achieve harmony, and I do it in 3 ways. I practice loving acceptance and patience, painstaking understanding, and vigilant awareness. That is all I strive for. And it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. And it is acclimating to that hurt, and I know it. And I'm kind of compelled by the world to try at it again. Okay. Okay. Second, think of my body as an animal and pay attention to what it wants. Working on it. And third is time in communion with nature. Ah, this beautiful park right near me. Okay, we're done. See you tomorrow. Not kidding. I'm going to be back tomorrow.